Hello. This video was produced by Varun, part of the Dell technical marketing team. This video will walk you through the initial setup and configuration of PowerProtect DD9410. The steps are the same for DD9910 as well. DD9410 and DD9910 have two power supply units, or PSUs, for redundant power sources. Connect each PSU to the redundant power source. Next, you will power on the system by pressing the power button on the front of the system. DD9410 and DD9910 are PowerEdge 16G at a base level, which does not have a serial console port integrated. Use USB to serial RS-232 DB9 dongle with FTDI chipset for serial console. USB dongle works in any available USB port. Note that only a Dell-approved USB serial dongle can be used. Connect the DB9 cable to the serial port on the system's back panel and launch a PuTTY session. Configure the COM port you are connected to with the following communication settings: baud rate 115200, data bits 8, stop bits 1, parity none, flow control none, emulation VT100. Log into the PuTTY session with the default password. The default username is sysadmin. The initial password is the system serial number found on the PSNT tag attached to the rear handle of the chassis. The EULA will be presented during the first-time configuration, which must be accepted, after which the CLI configuration wizard starts automatically. The wizard prompts a series of questions that provide enough information for initial configuration and basic network connectivity. Change the default password to the password of your choice. It is highly recommended to create a security officer. Type yes to create a security officer. Key in the new security username and password. Type yes to use UI to configure the system. Type yes to configure the network. We are going to use static IP and not DHCP in this demo. Type no to DHCP to configure the network parameters manually. Type the fully qualified host name for the host name. Type the DNS domain name. Enable and configure each Ethernet interface, and type no for DHCP. Note that ports ETH-LA and ETH-LB are from LOM, or LAN on motherboard, to configure 1 GB management port. It is recommended not to use these ports unless there is a requirement. In both the DD9410 and DD9910 models, the OCP card has been introduced as a replacement for the RNDC, or Network Daughter Card. It is a 10G card recommended for use in management ports. The OCP card has 4 ports: ETH-MA, ETH-MB, ETH-MC, and ETH-MD. We have additional network cards on slots 1, 4, 5, and 7 on this system, but we will not configure IPs for those ports in this demo. All these Ethernet ports will appear only if the NIC card is installed on the system. Type the IP address of the gateway. Press Enter to continue, as we are not using IPv6 in this demo. Type the IP address of the DNS server. Review the summary and type Save to save the network configuration. Set the BIOS setup password for the system required to protect the UEFI BIOS settings. Note that this requires a system reboot. Now the initial configuration on the CLI has been completed successfully. Once the system is up and running, you can log in to the UI of DD. Click Next on the Welcome page and upload a license file. Note that DD9410 and DD9910 only accept XML license files. The legacy license file type is not supported. Click Apply to review the license information, such as active tier capacity, cloud tier capacity, and the other feature license. Click Next. On the network page, the network information that was set using CLI is reflected. Review it and then click Next. Set the system passphrase, which is used to encrypt the encryption keys. We have a separate video for the active tier and cloud tier configuration and customize pack selection. Click Next and update the NTP server details, location, time zone, mail server information, and click Next. Review the summary, click Finish to create the file system, and configure the settings. Click Close and locate the file system under Data Management to check the status of the file system. This concludes the video. Thanks for watching.